Okay, hello everybody. I hope this video works. This is lesson 5 of our chemistry unit. Today we're going to be learning about the structure of atoms. The goal of this lesson is to be able to calculate the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons in an element, and we're going to be using the periodic table for this. If you would like, you can make notes as you read through this, if you're reading through them, or if you're listening to me talk on the video. You may want to use this Google Doc. I've attached this in the Brightspace classroom. It's going to be called Lesson 5, Structure of the Atom Note. So if you want to use this, I can show it to you just so you can see what it looks like. And then you can use this as the structure of your note if you would rather. So it looks like this. You can either print it off and then fill it in, or you can make a copy by doing File, Make a Copy, and then copy it into your Google Drive. So let's go back to our lesson here. So the structure of an atom. So the atoms are made up of 3 small subatomic particles. These are called protons, neutrons, and electrons. And I'm going to just show this chart to you. For each subatomic particle, I'm going to show you where they are in the atom, how much their mass is, and what their charge is. So the first subatomic particle is a proton. It's located in the nucleus of an atom, so that's right in the middle. I'm going to show you an image on the next page. Its mass is 1 atomic unit, 1 atomic mass unit, and that is a really small number. So that's 1.67 times 10 to the negative 27. And if you're not sure how scientific notation works, this would be this number, 0. With 27 zeros in front of it, and then these numbers. So 0.000000027 times 1.167. So really small. Now a proton is positive. It has a positive charge. I like to remember this by knowing P and P. They go together. A neutron is also in the nucleus, and it has the same mass as the proton. A neutron, you can see neutral is in it, so it has no charge. And then the last one is an electron. This is in orbit around the nucleus, and again I'll show you a picture on the next slide. It has a very small mass, even smaller than the proton and neutron. And it has a negative charge. So this is a model diagram of, say, the carbon atom. We've got the protons and neutrons in the middle. This is called the nucleus. And then out in these kind of orbits, you can kind of think of it like a solar system, are the electrons, and they go around the nucleus. Okay, so each of the elements, if you look at the periodic table, has a different number of protons, neutrons, and electrons. And these numbers give it unique physical and chemical properties. So we talked about physical and chemical properties before. So we can use these numbers to figure out the difference between these atoms. But how in the world do we come up with these numbers of electrons, neutrons, and protons? Well, we can use the periodic table. So here is carbon. This is what carbon looks like in the periodic table. This number in the top left corner, sometimes it's in the right corner, but it's the one at the top, that's called the atomic number. And that tells us how many protons there are and how many electrons there are, because those are going to be the same, because protons are positive, electrons are negative, so they have to be the same, mostly. So the atomic number tells us protons and electrons. The mass number doesn't give us a direct number of neutrons, but it does tell us the mass of the atom. So that's telling us the amount of stuff in the nucleus, so not counting the electrons. So the mass number tells us the number of protons plus the number of neutrons. So these are all of the heavy particles that are living in the nucleus. So we can use a very, very simple math equation to find the number of neutrons. We can take the mass number, the number on the bottom, and subtract the atomic number. So let's do an example. So here's back to carbon. So number of electrons is equal to the atomic number. So that's the one up here, so 6. Same with protons is the atomic number, so 6. Number of neutrons, it doesn't give us a direct number, but if you take the mass number and subtract the atomic number from it, you find the number of neutrons. Just know that you have to round the mass number to the nearest whole number. So 12.011 rounds to 12, so 12 minus 6 is 6, and that gives us the number of neutrons. Okay, there is another way that we're not going to work on this much in this class, but just so if you see it again in grade 10 or grade 11, I wanted to show it to you. This is called standard atomic notation. And what it does is it sets up your math for you. So you write your chemical symbol, so K is the symbol for potassium. You write the atomic number on the bottom left and your mass number on the top left. So you're basically on your periodic table, you're going to swap those two places because now we've set up a nice little subtraction to find the neutrons. So if we look at a potassium atom, well, remember protons, we can find the atomic number, so that's 19, and electrons we can also find from the atomic number. And then neutrons, you're going to take your mass number, subtract the atomic number, so 39 minus 19 is 20. So that's how you write the atomic number. So let's figure out the following examples. So let's say we have an atom of nitrogen with 7 protons and 8 neutrons. Well, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to have our symbol in the middle, so nitrogen. On the bottom, remember number of protons tells us what our atomic number is, so that's 7. And 8 neutrons tells us what to add to the 7 to get 15. Okay, again, don't worry about this too much. I just wanted to show it to you. You will not be tested on this. Okay, and then if we do bromine, now we have bromine, we have 35 protons and 36 neutrons. Well, again, you write the symbol first. Down below, number of protons, that tells us the atomic number. And then if it has 36 neutrons, we add 36 to 35 to get 71 up here. Okay, so here's a table to practice. What you're going to do is you're going to fill in these blanks for all of the items here. So carbon, you need to figure out its symbol, its atomic number, its mass. Don't forget to round this to the nearest number. And then from these two numbers, find the number of protons, number of neutrons, and number of electrons. What I want you to do is copy this into your notes, or you can use the doc that I linked to before. It is at the end of that. And I want you to pause the video here, fill this in, and then on the next slide, you can check your answer. Okay, so here are the answers to the you try questions. So I hope that you got the correct answers. Please let me know if you have any questions by using the email icon in Brightspace. All right, that's it for today. See you next time. Bye.